first and 10. Running back sent in motion. Stroud in the air to start us off. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Stroud throwing here on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 20 at the 39-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now it's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun, Stroud. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A 50-yard attempt.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And we continue to await our opening score of this ballgame.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he gets him around 6 there. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Pitts brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. Escapes a defender. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They have it on 2nd and short. Another carry for Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. Penix here from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Penix working from the gun. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Falcons with a chance to score and take a lead into the locker room. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. And again, it's Penix. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Atlanta. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now the Falcons offense staying on the field, lining up to go for 2. He's throwing for it. And that's brought in for 2, Brock. That's going to put him up 8-0. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How do they lose him? How do they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So now the Texans decide not to pull the offense. They're not kicking. They're going for 2.
For the 2-point conversion.
To the air, Stroud. And he makes the catch, and just like that, we're right back even at 8 apiece. What a start to this one, baby. Both teams scoring, and without hesitation, run everyone out there to go for 2. For fans of aggressive offenses, Brock, this is certainly shaping up to be their perfect type of game.
Yeah, you think both these offenses just going to go for 2 from here on out? I don't know. There's a lot of risk involved with it, but I'm here for it.
First and 10 from the 41. We'll go play action. Here's Penix. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Play action. Here's Penix. He's trying to go deep again. He's got it at the 30. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs?
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
And the Falcons first down.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. On 2nd down, Robinson. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This throw is caught. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix now against a blitz. Finds London on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Just 1 play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this 2nd half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
That throw intended for Drake London. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Staying with Robinson. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Falcons take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And the Falcons attempting another two-point conversion. And this is caught inside the end zone. The two-point try successful. They're up to a 16-8 lead.
Texans 8. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Pierce now on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing is Stroud. Finds him over the middle. He's contained at the line for no gain. David Onyemata there for the stop.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. He's got him, that's Mixon. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Oh, it's the screen, pass complete. And he's gonna get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's Stroud. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. Just one quarter. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun now for Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that 1st.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Schultz with the catch. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And they do not get a desperately needed 1st down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They did it! He made the interception! Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans have some new life in the 4th. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did, and boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. He's on the move. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans 8 points behind. Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Falcons make the play that should win them this game. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. And the man is there to knock that away. Trying to force one through there. So that brings up second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
He lofts it deep left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Drake London. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Back to throw it. That's in the hands of Moore. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They got 24 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Coming in the goal line. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Drake London with the touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Here are the Falcons once again going for 2. And again, it's Penix. And he's into the end zone. The call pays off. They lead by 16 now.
24, Texans 8. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Complete to Diggs out left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Down a couple of scores. Those 2 timeouts they've got left are going to be crucial. Here's first down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six?
And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons have likely locked up the win right there. Drake London with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense...
And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he elects not to bring this one out, so no run back, and we'll pick things up from the 30-yard line.
After all, 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Houston calls it second timeout. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down. Stroud off the play fake. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
He has it, and he's going to cross for the score. They trim that deficit down to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And the dive ends in uninspiring return. They've got some work ahead of themselves. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be, but even with the